Inside the flint stone and red brick house, Anthony and Hilary enjoyed afternoon tea. The rear doors opened out onto a large terrace which enabled both to appreciate the splendid vista over towards the South Downs. Almost the entire rear garden, with its attractive plants and profusion of flowers, could be viewed from where they were seated, and the array of blossom exhibited was complemented by the sweet scent of the climbing roses and the freshly mowed lawn, which wafted intermittently through the open doors. "Tony? Sorry, do you mind if I call you Tony?" "Not at all, darling. We have been married for over 20 years, replied Anthony. "Well, I've noticed others in the village being addressed by their full titles and middle names too." "Yes, but that is only when they are out on the country lanes and footpaths. I can assure you that behind closed doors Edward will become Ted. Anyhow, what is on your mind, darling?" "It is the village open garden show in 3 weeks' time, and there is an awful amount of weeding to be done in our garden this year. The nettles and dandelions are particularly out of control. I'm concerned that we may be looked upon as the village ragamuffins," said Hilary in a perturbed manner. "As long as we are living in a large flintstone house, I can assure you that will never be the case. Roger and Lucinda from the top of the hill will no doubt make an appearance, and they are almost members of the gentry." "Yes, but the gentry is not quite nobility, so there is no need for concern," insisted Anthony. "Even so, Roger is now president of the Rotary Club, and he does drive a convertible sports car around the country lanes every Sunday," stated Hilary. Anthony pondered the situation whilst admiring his perfectly striped lawn. "Roger and Lucinda do have exceedingly good incomes. They are kept awfully busy. I do wonder how they have any time to enjoy their own garden, yet there is not a nettle or dandelion to be seen." "No need to worry. I will undertake a full day of weeding before the open garden show," assured Anthony. The household was a separate entity to that of the garden, where the bees, butterflies and bird life combined to animate life and generate soul. The garden is not just an empty shell that exists for pretentious purposes, but there is life within, and when the life and soul within departs, the plant life suffer greatly, it being detrimental to the flowering production and the overall garden aesthetics. Thus, a well-balanced garden with plant diversity is essential for luring the wildlife who play an integral part in generating a genial environment. The most curious thing, however, is that the humans are unaware that the shrubs and perennials can communicate, not just with each other, but also with the local wildlife that visit the garden. The reason for this is unknown, but it is evident that the plant life discourse on a different wavelength, a frequency range far beyond that of the human senses. The delightful bird song of dawn was nature's alarm call to awaken the plants from sleep, and the sun that rose in the east shone forth upon the garden and directly onto the flowers and foliage where one blossom perpetually replaced that of another. The sunrise indicated summer was commencing, and the warm air could be felt on the south-facing wall of the large flintstone house, and attached to this grand and impressive wall were 2 elegant climbing roses, trained meticulously to a great height. Their stiff arching stems with glossy green leaves complemented the sweet-smelling, odorous, majestic cream and pink flowers that gave them a position of commanding authority over their fellow plants, an almost enviable status of aristocracy. "A glorious sunrise, such a privilege to be born a climbing rose," commented Rose Dijon, whose display of cream flowers radiated beauty. "Rather," replied Rose Gregoire. Planted beneath the roses and within the same garden bed was Lucifer, the crocosmia, with sharp-pointed architectural leaves and brilliant red flowers. It just so happened to overhear their boasts of arrogance. Unfortunately, due to its small stature, it could not benefit from the early morning sunshine.